Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, streaming slightly late today. I apologize for being delayed. This seems to be a theme. I don't know why I keep running late for things, and I don't mean to. It's just been pretty busy around here as of late. You're watching another live edition of the LockerGnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short, your daily dose of geek news, product reviews, and answers that you can use, like an answer to the question, why did we drop 3 patrons overnight? I don't know. Well, actually, I do kind of know. Basically, people sign up at the beginning of the month, and before their pledge is fully processed, they drop out. So basically, they're cheating, and Patreon really isn't doing much right now to address that. So unfortunately, we have cheaters among us. Shame on you if that's you, but I'm very proud to say that 912 people should be on the up and up. Basically, these people are making it possible for me to do TLDR for everybody every day, plus they get all sorts of bonuses, including 59 bonus videos. We'll be recording our 60th bonus video for patrons today. I'll talk about that topic here in just a bit. A lot of news to share. A couple bits from yesterday. Most of the news, I would say, that's coming around these days is out of San Diego Comic-Con. It is pretty much geek mecca. Like, this is like the most amazing time of year for me. Well, not just because my birthday's coming up this weekend, but, you know, Comic-Con. And even if I can't be there in person, tons of media is being shared all across social, and the experiences that I'm seeing, you know, coming in through my various feeds, it seems like it's just as much fun to witness it that way through your eyes as it is to kind of be there in person. We're still doing the PlayStation 4 Battlefield bundle giveaway at deals.lockergnome.com in case that's interesting to you. Every once in a while I see a tweet come through saying, hey, I just registered for the giveaway. That's awesome. Today, the thing that I wanted to first cover in terms of bigger news was an article that I kind of stumbled across yesterday. When Microsoft has been talking about basically having one Windows, there's a lot of FUD around it, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And a few, I would say, journalists worth listening to have cleared the air and explained it at a substantially deeper level. It's not that there's just going to be one Windows SKU that'll run across a multitude of devices. Essentially, Windows is going to have the common core, it's going to have a marketplace, and the idea is that everything will be unified. Not the experience, but the brand Windows will mean something in your hand, at your desk, on your TV, and just a lot more, or I should say, better interplay of Microsoft's devices, or I guess Microsoft-powered devices. But even, you know, to that end, Microsoft has, you know, obviously embraced iOS. They, you know, kind of embraced Android. The idea that Microsoft products will only run on Microsoft products. Even Satya Nadella, the new CEO, has pretty much come out and said, no, that's really not the way the world operates these days. So it's not that there's going to be one Windows to rule them all. It's going to be a more cohesive experience wherein Windows as a brand is going to mean something to you, and you're not going to have a bifurcated experience within the world of Windows. Now, in terms of how Microsoft decides to execute on one platform over another, I can't speak to that. I would hope that with Threshold, or really the next version of the Windows that we've known and quote-unquote loved over all these years, they may very well clean up some of the UX nightmares that they've introduced, really causing people to be confused with Windows 8. I'm not, this is what happened. There are ways to address Windows 8's Windows 8's UX shortcomings. The way to address those shortcomings is to use a touchscreen computer or use a PC that has a touchscreen as well as a trackpad and a keyboard, all the elements you might need to make a more cohesive Windows desktop experience. And, you know, that's really the optimum experience. And unfortunately, the way Windows 8 was rolled out is it was rolled out to people who didn't have touchscreens, people who did have touchscreens but no keyboards. I mean, it was a mess, let's face it. And that's not just me saying it. I mean, you know, don't take my word for it. I mean, you don't have to look very far to see that actually playing out every day. And manufacturers are still playing catch up, trying to figure out how they're going to be incorporating Windows at any point in the future. Microsoft is still going to be really building on top of the relationships they've had with OEMs over all these years. But, you know, Microsoft's also doing their own thing with hardware as well. And I don't think they're going to stop that anytime soon. So it'll be very interesting to see where Windows is heading in the future. But I think the idea that Microsoft is approaching Windows as a brand in a unified experience for users not to speak to the actual experiences on each particular hardware or form factor, or I guess usability experience is still in question. But the idea that they're doing better to unite the technologies and make Windows a cleaner brand for users no matter how they access Windows. I was going to sneeze. It's a step in the right direction. Oh, man. I was traveling all day yesterday, and I hope I'm not sick. I've got a headache, my eyes, I feel like my brain's pushing out through my eye sockets today. I'm trying to stay hydrated with a bladder buster. This weekend, I'm live streaming my 41st birthday. It's when I'm going to try to push up to 1,000 patrons in 4 hours. I can only do that with your help, really. It'll be fun. We'll see where it goes, how everything evolves, live on YouTube. But today, I'm going to be with Diana doing the house tour. We do an annual house tour on my birthday. So I have not done a house tour for 2 years, for our home here. Last year, you might remember, we were visiting my parents in Iowa, so I gave you my childhood home tour. That was a lot of fun. So it's been a couple years since we've had a full house tour, and so you should stay. Mostly house tour, because we're not going to show you the garage or the backyard or anything unexciting like that. But that will be published in the vlog channel on my birthday, on July 26th. So stay tuned for that for anybody who is interested. Via patron Cole McNamara, it has been officially confirmed, this is exciting news, that Lord of the Rings director Peter Jackson will also direct the 2-part Season 9 finale of Doctor Who in 2015. That's exciting. That's really... I hope... Oh, it's got to be good. I mean, it can't be bad, right? I mean, Peter Jackson, he's done an okay job with The Hobbit, ish. Maybe The Hobbit wasn't as epic a story. The Hobbit, I don't know. I just didn't get into The Hobbit in the first 2 movies that were released, directed by Peter Jackson. Didn't get into them, or haven't gotten into them like I did The Lord of the Rings. I really enjoyed that trilogy. I thought Peter Jackson did an amazing job with that. But I would hope the same for Season 9 finale of Doctor Who in 2015. A lot of people will be tuning into that, whether or not you're into Doctor Who or not. If you're into Peter Jackson, and you know anything about geek media, Peter Jackson he's right up there. Easily right up there with J.J. Abrams. Like, bam. Like that. Oh, speaking of, people keep sending me the link to the new J.J. Abrams teaser, I guess Star Wars teaser, where they're showing off the new X-Wing, which is actually closer to the Ralph McQuarrie concept of an X-Wing eons ago. Yes, I've seen it. You do not have to remind me, or you do not have to tell me I've seen it, I've seen it, I've seen it, I've seen it. It looks awesome. It looks more hands-on, gritty, like why we enjoyed Star Wars. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't pristine. There was some amount of realism to the Star Wars universe, or the galaxy far, far away. So yes, there will be new X-Wings in the new trilogy with, I don't know if it's going to be an amazing cast or an okay cast, but I'm very much looking forward to it, trying to avoid all spoilers of Star Wars. Trying to. That wasn't really a spoiler. I mean, that's like no plot detail. It's just a new X-Wing. It's just nice to see that they're working on physical hardware, not just CGI stuff. Via patron Earl Green, a model drone has found an elderly man who was missing for 3 days, and they found this man alive. This drone. This, to me, again, talk about technology as an enabler. Bam. The idea of drones could save lives. Instead of, having to form search parties and get helicopters, which are costly, and the gas, and not perfect, outfitting drones with the right technology could lead us, as a society, as this global, whatever the hell we are, to basically fix problems that we run into. Finding a lost elderly man, whether you're old, young, middle-aged, doesn't matter. That's where technology can save lives. And so there is, for anybody who's wondering, well, what else can drones do other than bomb people? Right there, they can find people. The drone could bomb the old man later, if the drone so chose to do that. I hope not. By the way, in case anybody's wondering, I am wearing pants today. Unlike yesterday's TLDR, where I was not wearing pants. I am also not going to jump into any musicals like I did yesterday. I'm a fan of Emoji. I love Emoji. Emoji is a lot of fun for me. And I always like the idea of Emoji, and a lot of people do, apparently. So there's a URL shortener out there that doesn't exactly create hyperlinks well enough to be shared everywhere, but you can put the link, if you copy and paste it into the address bar of your browser, you should be able to see it. Let's see here. Emoji, oh, that's really dark there. Emoji.sexy. Yeah, head over to that web domain right now. Emoji.sexy. See, there's the links that I'll be putting in the video description. Emoji.sexy. Oh, there's a teaser to what I'm going to talk about next. Track price changes. Ooh, that's interesting. If you go to your web browser and type in emoji.sexy/cactus, monkey covering its eyes, or see no evil, pink heart within a pink heart within a pink heart, Santa Claus, and what appears to be 4:30. The time. If you enter that in or paste it in your address bar, it'll redirect you. It's an emoji URL shortener. Stupid, but cool. Okay, track price changes. This is something that came across my radar yesterday. Head over to cheapass.in. So cheapassin. And make sure you put a dot in there. And what you can do is basically feed it a URL that you wanted to track, and it will alert you to let you know if the price dropped on the thing that you bought. And the problem is right now, it's not easy to do. And I've tried and tried and tried and tried to find something that would really work effectively, and none of them do. So hopefully this one might do a better job than I've tried and used in other places. It's not perfect, but then again, like I said, I've yet to find one that is perfect. And I'm really big into tracking price changes, especially when I buy something and it drops in price. If there's a refund available, I've saved, in the past, I've saved like up to $100 in just watching for price changes. So it's a big deal, and no one's really cracked this nut. Maybe Cheapassin will actually be the one. I don't know. Can we hope? We will hope it will be the one. Ebooks. You want to make them? We talked about them the other day. You want to make them? Really simple to do. Right from Google Drive. Libero. Liber.io. Libero. What you do is you basically make a Google Doc and then press a button and it makes ebooks. You want to make ebooks real easily from Google Drive? I love Google Drive. Let's see here. I'm going to open the link in Safari. It's my browser here. Here we go. Redirecting me to Libero. See right there. Make ebooks really simple right from Google Drive. Really easy to do. Write, design, publish for free. Write your text, import to Libero, publish your ebook. For everyone, education, design, or just fun. Really easy to do. And so you gotta check this out. It's pretty neat. Send to Google Play, publish and share online, send to your Kindle. Wait, where's iBooks? Why can I? Well, it doesn't support iBooks? Well, that's depressing. Well, still, you know, it's better than nothing. If you were looking to create an ebook and didn't know how to do it, the whole thing, Libero, Liber.io. Link is in this video description. I love finding tools like this. This is what really kind of started me with the whole LockerGnome thing eons ago, long before we likely met. I'd find cool tools to use online, and so it's fun to share these things as I move along. Okay, here's one that's this one is not functional, but this is the perfect example of something that would have featured in a classic LockerGnome email newsletter, which very few people remember. Head over to emoji.zone. Look at the emoji zone. Whoa, it's flying emoji. Hey, Chris, why do you like emoji so much? Because it's awesome. Need more emoji. You know what? I want a taco emoji. Am I the only one? I cannot be the only one to be asking for a taco emoji. Okay, enough emoji for now. No, I'm not done with emoji. There's actually one more emoji thing that this is Emoji Day. Maybe I'll make the title of this video something in emoji, which will really upset people who use Google Chrome on OS X. Or Google Chrome in general just hates emoji. It just hates it. Google hasn't, I mean, they've known about this for quite some time, and they've done nothing to address it. I'm tracking all the bugs for displaying emoji properly, and Google's kind of done a half-assed job with getting Chrome on board. ArtRage, if you're an iPhone owner, is free this week during San Diego Comic-Con. Grab it. If you have iOS, just grab it. ArtRage is, to me, the definitive art tool for iOS. And, you know, if you're looking for a good art tool to use on iOS, ArtRage, to me, that's the go-to. And it has been for quite some time. It used to be just available for Windows and then OS X eons ago. It's only improved over time, and they have the iPhone version available for free right now. Okay, so now, how do I do this? Give me a second. I'm going to have to do it on my iPad because it'll be easier to show you this way. If you want to create your own emoji, that's E-M-O-J-I, You know what? Someone needs to make Emoji. Like just Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. Emoji. Wouldn't that be great? Just having an Emoji app. I think it's called Emoji. Hang on. No, that's not it. I just downloaded it on my phone, but I want to show you on the iPad. Give me a second. Hang on. I even created an emoji folder on iOS. Oh, I need to flip through the list of patrons to give them credit. Emoji. Yeah, Emoji. I-M-O-I-J-I. Okay. Let me give patrons credit. They deserve it. Every one of them. Where is it? Okay, dude. Why can't I download it? Emoji. But I had it. But okay, it's called Emoji. Apparently, you can only get it for the iPhone? That doesn't make any sense. All right, let me go over to the website. Emoji app. Not emoji. Emoji. And Google, of course, does not know where the hell it is. Dang. Fine. I'll go over here. I hate having to, like, dig through... search engines sometimes suck. There we go. Free download in iTunes. That's what I'm looking for. There we go. The Emoji app. See, right there. I'm going to go ahead and download it. See, I already had downloaded. I got the little cloud icon. So what you do with this, what you can do is you can like basically take a screenshot of your face and turn it into an emoji. This is pretty cool. So this is what I'm going to do live on YouTube. Let me see here. Yes, I already know how to do it. Get started. Oh, crap. It's asking me to like log in and sign up. Don't tell me I haven't done this. I got to log in. Screw you. Anyway, all right. Well, I'm not going to demonstrate it because it wants me to do all sorts of funky registration things. Sorry, Emoji. That was your chance to shine, and you totally screwed the pooch on that. All right, so I'm moving on now that I've talked about emoji enough. Google Voice is now offering free phone calls directly from Hangouts. It's a big deal. In fact, Google recently announced that they're going to be killing the Google Talk plugin. So you don't have to install anything to get Hangouts to work, and I hope that improves the call quality that comes through, because I have not had a great time with the existing Hangouts. Every time I've tried to use it, it just seems to be in perpetual beta. So either way, Google Voice is now offering web-based calls through Hangouts. No Google Plus profile is needed. So it's interesting, right? Normally you'd think that you'd have to have a Google Plus profile, but like Google is backtracking. And that's to me that's a little concerning that they're backtracking on Google Plus. They backtracked on names. They're now backtracking on Hangouts. All right, so I guess I can show you on the phone. Give me a second. I'm going to use Emoji. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Hang on. I need to put my head. It's easier to do if I put my head. See, I told you pants. If I put my head over a background that has an easier color to recognize. Hang on. Okay, that's my selfie. I took a selfie right there. Let me go ahead and turn down the brightness so you can see what's going on. So now I crop it. Oops, sorry. Oh, I think it said your name here, so I don't think I interrupted anybody's name. So I press the check mark button. See, I've got an oval now, and then I go in with a little tool, and I can carve out or carve around my face to give it a shape. See how it's a little tricky. This part I'm not exactly thrilled with. I think they could do a better job at making it easier to clean up the face. There we go. I think for the most part. I can go in with more precision tools, but I'm just going to do this for now. I've cropped it. Next. And then, I guess press the check mark button. There's my emoji. I say yes. And so now I have different emoji. And so then I can drag and drop this emoji onto a message. And I can send it to Diana. She hates me for this. Or she loves me. I don't know. Hun, do you like my emoji? And then I press send. And now it sends her the emoji message of my head. So you can make your own head emoji. You can make anything emoji. And just send these little stickers, basically. Kind of neat. Free. And they released it today. So there we go. Okay, Emoji, you've redeemed yourself. The problem was I hadn't connected all the login requirements to be able to start using it. That upsets me sometimes when I have to like use a login in order to start using an app. Like, ask me for a login later. Let me jump into the app first. Really bad user experience right out of the gate. So let me kick in the screensaver. YouTube is screwing up my comments again. That guy commenting, I'm sorry about that. YouTube's also not been doing well with notifications either, and I want to slap Google around sometimes, in a kind way, but just nice. Make it fun! Make it easy! Hang on. Can't find it in the App Store. See, Cole McNamara had a problem too, but it's there. I'll put the link for you in the video description. Head over to emojiapp.com and you can get there. You know me, I am a fan of figures, certain kind of figures, not all kind of figures, Star Wars figures, of course. And originally I wasn't going to grab these, and then just decided on a whim to get Minikins. I'm a big Garbage Pail Kids fan, Garbage Pail Kid the sticker collector, and I don't know if you guys knew this, but Minikins basically are classic Garbage Pail Kids, the ones I grew up with, in figurine format. So, Spacey Stacy, I believe. This one's Spacey Stacy. They're like little erasers, really kind of tiny. Really dinky. I remember this one's from the first series of stickers, but I can't remember the name on this one. I'm not going to go through all of them necessarily, but I just wanted to show you. These are just kind of fun. I don't know. I had fun with Garbage Pail Kids, and I'm going to be oh yeah, Nat Nerd. I remember Nat Nerd. This is Nat Nerd, everybody. It's Nat Nerd. It's a geek holding on to a nerd. Yeah. This is what I sound like. Why don't you talk about iPhone versus an Android? Who's better, Apple or Windows? I should not make fun of my core community. I'm not making fun of you. I'm making fun with you, really. So anyway, I've got these little figurines that I'll be setting up some point downstairs. Maybe not in time for the house tour that we're going to be doing this evening, but they will be set up soon. Next bit of news from Patron Demian Seiler. God, Damon, you have to pardon me. I don't I apologize for screwing up your last name again. Demian Seiler. He's corrected me already, and I have to get used to saying it over and over and over again. But he's been passing along some really good links. He said that he thought this was a joke, but sent a link to India's answer to Google Glass, the smart shoe. Now, Demian is a Google Glass owner. He loves it. And what these engineers have figured out in India is how to outfit the shoes with the ability to help you get from point A to point B. So, you know, you're walking along, you don't know, should I turn right, should I turn left? Well, then the shoes would basically buzz or indicate which way you'd want to go. So instead of using a map or relying on a map that you're looking at or you've got somewhere on your head, you're wearing the map effectively on your feet. Your feet will guide you. Amazing amount of technology goes into this. That's pretty smart. I like that. See, now I would wear Google shoes. Who wouldn't want to wear Google shoes? Oh, there we go. Demian Seiler. Gotta remember that. Seiler. Everyone remind me, it's Seiler. 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 I was trying to do a Bueller thing, and I don't know if it worked. Mitch Crane said he's loving the socks. I assume you're talking about when I threw my legs in the air yesterday. Thank you. But anyway, so I thought this was an interesting piece of technology. I would wear Google shoes. I would. Google Glass, I don't know. I'd be afraid of being beat up. Now, speaking of Google Glass news, apparently Comic-Con is not allowing Google Glass. They're not. I'm like, this is like kind of a shock. I mean, it's okay to take pictures, you know, or hold up a phone and do the same thing with a phone, but it's not okay to have glass. I mean, all right, a little odd, but it's Comic-Con. What are you gonna do? I mean, I guess some people, you know, they fear for their safety and their privacy. I do wonder why they'd be in public, in knowing they're going to be in an area where they're going to be photographed or video recorded or something like that. Still, thought it was interesting, and Damien's not too happy about that being a Google Glass owner. But Comic-Con, if you're going there, I apologize. You will not be able to bring your Google Glass. But even that said, I don't know if you are there, but you know, certainly it's interesting because I know a few people who are there, and they're passing along certain bits of media. They see something Star Wars or Lego, and they pass it along. Some fun stuff down there, really. And I wish I could have been there. Unfortunately, it's not in the cards, or it wasn't in the cards for me this year. I've been a little busy with other things, not with this just being my birthday, or around my birthday, but with the pregnancy, also planning around Vlogger Fair, it's not been easy for me to head out the door on a regular basis. Chromecast. If you are a Chromecast user, you can get 90 days of free Google Music. And if you were looking to get a Chromecast, now would be the right time. If you wanted to use Google Music, I wouldn't say Google Music is fantastic. Google Music, to me, is better than Amazon Music, and I've got a lot of MP3s in Amazon Music, or their storage locker, whatever the hell Amazon's calling it. But the Amazon Music players, meh. It's, to me, it's like Spotify, Pandora, even iTunes Radio, and then a distant fourth would be Amazon's Music Locker, and then Google Music. Still, 90 days of Google Music for free. You can't turn that down if you take advantage of that offer as a Chromecast user or a new Chromecast user. Next product view. We talked yesterday about how the U.S. Postal Service had the possibility of electronic mail back in 1980 to be the lead. Can you imagine the USPS basically owning email? Could have happened back in 1980, and people wanted it to happen. Kind of glad they didn't do that, because email may be worse today than it is already. This is, and I didn't realize it existed, but Darth Vader's on a stamp. Back in, it looks like, first day of issue, May 25th, 2007. Darth Vader. This is a first day of issue stamp in this collector here. It's in cellophane still, and I do not plan on removing it from the packaging, if only to keep it dust free. I don't know if I'm going to go as far as to frame it, like, officially. Here's the thing: I don't even know where the hell I'm going to stick this. I might be able to get it up there, but the problem is it's so tall. I'm proud of this. This is pretty nice. I mean, it's a Darth Vader. I didn't even know they had Darth Vader stamps, honestly, until I Googled Darth Vader stamp, and then went, oh, you can get Star Wars stamps. Well, you can still use them. I mean, it's legit postage, but it's back when stamps were like 41 cents, and now, like, what's a postage stamp? $2.14 now? How much is it? I don't buy stamps. I buy Darth Vader. I don't buy stamps. But I do buy Darth Vader stamps. That guy commenting says that he is happy with iTunes Radio. Nguyen Dang says, hey, Chris. How you doing, Nguyen? Or is it Win? Yeah, you'll have to pardon. I'd have to bone up on, I believe that's a Vietnamese name. I love your pho. Never had your pho directly, but I love the Culture's pho, at least the American version of the Culture's pho. It's always different, right? You know, you get the idea of, oh, this is German food, and then you go to Germany, it's like, wow, this is even better than American German food. And in some cases, American versions of these international cuisines are better. I don't know, maybe it's just the palate. You get used to one flavor instead of another. I'm not saying one is inherently better, and I don't want to, like, initiate World War III. That's being done without my help. Ugh. All right, so Google Music wants you to put in a credit card even for free offers. I think I've got a credit card associated with Google anyway. Oh, speaking of, for Android users, Amazon's released a wallet app for free. And I'm interested in where this is going, if only because, well, yesterday, for example, when I was traveling, I don't think I talked about this. I flew on an airline that just updated their app today. Like, yesterday it was kind of like a little junky. I mean, it worked. I could add it, the flight to passbook. That was clean enough. And I did. I added the flight to passbook. It was clean. It was easy. It was simple. And then today they updated the design so it was even cleaner. So I was like, damn, why couldn't they have done that yesterday? Either way, I had the passbook app. And going through security, I was a little nervous. I'm like, are they, they're going to know that this is okay? Is it legit? I mean, how are they going to know? And you basically scan it at the airport, and they're like, okay, we know it's you, and there's your ID, and you two-factor authentication right there. And so it worked. It worked exceedingly well, I would say. And it was just convenient. And I've done that with an app called, because it's cross-platform, by the way, and you can get to it by the way of the web. I haven't found anything else that works this way yet. It is called, as soon as I pull it up, Keyring. That's the name of the app, and I put all of my affinity cards in there. So instead of having to track this card, this number, that number, it's all in one app. And so Amazon Wallet's pretty much trying to do the same thing. Google Wallet, I think, does the same thing as well, and Google Wallet does have an iOS conduit. Unfortunately, Amazon does not have Amazon Wallet that I know of available for iOS yet. I'm sure they will at some point. But I'm also looking forward to seeing what Apple's going to do with a solution on that as well. So Keyring is the one I use because it's universal. I can go on the web, I can go Android, I can go... But it's worked well enough that I haven't felt the need to leap away from it into Google Wallet or into any other platform at this stage. Like I said, give it a shot. You may be happy with it. I've got enough affinity cards that having to key everything in again, it's just like it's just tedious. And anytime it's like tedious, it's like ugh. It just stops me from doing things. Jason Resnick says, I love Keyring, except when the cashiers can't scan it with their scanner. Exactly. That's the problem, is that last mile, right? You've got your barcode here, but you got to remember a phone number, and I've changed phone numbers like 15 times. I'm like, I don't know, forget it, I don't need to save $4. Forget it. Not worth it. It's a pain in the neck sometimes. And I've learned which grocery stores, or which stores will accept it by way of scanning and which ones won't. I still very much or which scanners will and which ones won't. I still, though, rely on a couple of like physical cards, you know, for the common places where I commonly shop at with that take affinity cards. So $1.07? Is that how much it is now? Sorry, we were joking about prices of stamps. Oh, it's 47 cents. Okay, that's not bad. $1.07. Oh, is that the translation for how much they are in the U? Either way, it costs a lot of money for a stamp. And why spend money on a stamp when you can do something electronically for free? You know, if you got access to the internet, and here, pay your bill this way, or you know, make it inconvenient for you. I'm huge into doing anything and everything that I can possibly do online. Huge fan of that. Huge fan of the app ecosystem. Huge fan of you. Today, I will be recording my 60th bonus video for patrons. What type of TV show should you be in? This is a question asked. I'm going to answer it in a dedicated video live to YouTube. Not long after I close this video down, because I got to kind of run through things, because Diana and I are planning on recording the live to tape house tour by 5 o'clock. So I got to make sure things are kind of cleaned up, straightened up before I start recording that. So either way, I'm going to, if you're paying attention right now to the live show, I'm going to jump immediately into recording the separate live video, answering the question, what type of TV show should you be in? I've got some ideas. I got some ideas of TV shows that I would like to be in. I really do. So stay tuned for that. Thanks, everybody, for your support. Thanks for liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, watching even more of our videos right now, being a patron. If you are, or if you can become one, that'd be awesome. Thanks for just being you. And I appreciate... Even if I'm not doing things that you like or that we agree on, I appreciate that you're paying attention. That's really that's a good thing, generally speaking. Not always. Some people I'd rather not have pay attention to me, but if you're watching me, I can assure you I want you paying attention to me. So thank you for that attention. It is very valuable. At this point, though, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. We'll see you later.